Assalamualaikum sir, my name is AIMAN bin ROSLI, and we are going to present for our second lab, which is Radial Conduction for the subject heat transfer. Firstly, I will introduce our group members, which is AQIL AIMAN bin Abdul MANAP, myself, AIMAN bin ROSLI, NAZRIN, and NURUL FATIHAH. So for this lab, this is our data that we get through our experimental results. Firstly, we use the material is brass. We use the power in watt, which 30, 35 and 40 watt. So we can see the temperature are recorded in Kelvin. The theoretical value is recorded from T2, T3 and T4. Also the experimental value is recorded from T2, T3 and T4. So we can see and compare both results from theoretical and experimental result.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Today I'm going to present about the data and result, and here I'm going to talk about the calculation. So from the table we're going to find the theoretical, because we get the data from the experimental, but we're going to compare it by using the formula Q equal to pi KL times with T1 minus T2 over ln R2 divided by R1. So for our material we will use K equal to 123 and the length we use 0.005. So next, this is the calculation for discussion 1. So we're going to find the T2 for each of the power. So this is calculation for power 30 watt. So from this we can find the T2, T3 and T4, but in theoretical value. Next, same as the power 30 watt, we're going to use the same formula but change the power, that is 35 watt. So here we are also going to get the value of theoretical value of T2, T3 and T4, that is 316.23, 313.5 and also 311.48. Lastly, we also can find the theoretical value of for the power 40 watt for the T2, T3 and T4, that is 315.70, 312 and 72 and also 310.41. So from the formula Q equal to 2 pi KL times with T1 minus T2 ln R2 over R1, we can find the theoretical value of the T2, T3 and T4. So that's all from me. Thank you.
Based on this experiment, we can see that there are many causes of errors, such as the value of temperature. Mostly, the flow rate of water is an important thing that must be considered while doing this experiment, and the water valve may be not fully open as required, that can make the flow of the water level slightly will be different. Other than that, since the result of temperature are taken by manually, so the observation of the readings must be correct. Hence, the way we observe can affect the reading. The temperature value obtained might not be correct, as we know the reading can be taken when the value of temperature T1 until T7 are stable and does not change the value of temperature.
Okay, for the conclusion, in the conclusion, student could understand how to get the result based on the experiment. Therefore, to calculate the experimental thermal conductivity of the material in the solid this uniform dimension, is the equation must be rearranged to get the trial formula. After we rearrange the formula, the experiment used with this formula to get the radial heat transfer. That's all from us. Thank you.